what it do. Let me get some, I haven't had music playing while I've been live in such a long time. And having stuff like hand drum meditations and things of that nature, shit, it helps so much. So what up? What's good? Hold, let me do a little clean on the camera just in case. A little, you feel me? A little tappity tap tap. What's good, everybody? My name is Jared Singo. This channel is called Elevate the Convo. This is it's kind of like my own diary in a way, but it's also like a check up. And this checkup is like, let's work on our imagination together, right? So I want you to visualize yourself sitting in an auditorium. In this auditorium, it's not very big, it's pretty small. It's only like 8 rows. Each row has like 10 seats, so it's about 80 seats in this conference room. And the stage is about the size of your living room. And I want you to use your imagination for the size of your living room. The person that you see walk up to talk on the podium is the you that's not afraid to speak. And all the people that's sitting in the stands, sitting in the auditorium, are the other aspects of you watching you speak your truth. So that's what this account is like for me. It's like I'm not only being the watcher, but the speaker that's coming onto this platform and expressing the things that honestly has been waiting to be expressed, you know? So, and this conversation is a great conversation, a great, wonderful conversation. Something that I picked up from not only a video, and I also applied it to my life recently. And I've seen where it's been more energy placed into a specific space, which is okay, and it's taken away from another space as well. So if you're here right now, please like the video. We finna tap into this very intellectual conversation. What's up, RIP Joey Joester? What's up, Dominic? What's good, everybody? What's up? If you went to, honestly, a very calm vibe while having a really good conversation, this would be good for you. For everyone who's here right now, you can comment down below. What's good, Roblox? What's good, Lorraine? What's up, everybody? What's good, Tobias? What's up? We finna get into this video in a minute. Just tapping in with y'all. Are you sub to Joey Joester? No, I am not. 689. I should put on 693 frequency. No cap. What's up, dude? What's up, Debbie? What's up, everybody that's joining in? For everybody who's here, we're about to talk about the 15 senses in our body that we're able to utilize. This conversation is going to get pretty deep. So if you like long conversations that has to do with anything, you came to the right place. I'm doing good, Roblox. How you doing, man? Fishing with Zane. What's up, Fishing with Zane? What's up? I'm glad y'all commenting down below. I appreciate y'all. Do I like the Avengers? Yeah, of course. Who don't like the Avengers? Like what? Who's your favorite Avenger? That's a better question. Who's your favorite Avenger? Do I play Roblox? No, I do not. My little cousins do, though. They love that game. Roblox to y'all is like Minecraft was to us back in the day. Now, I wasn't a Minecraft kid, but my brother, that nigga used to play Minecraft often. A lot. A whole lot. What's my favorite color? My favorite color is like this blue right here, kind of like this darkish blue. It's my favorite color. This blue. This is my favorite color. What's your favorite color? What country do I live in? I live in USA. In about 3 minutes, I'm gonna get into this video. Thanks, Dominic. What's your favorite color, fool? What's your favorite color? And when I say fool, it's not like fool. It's like a figure of speech. Blame Atlanta. Awesome, awesome. I could tell by the color of your emblem. That's really cool. That's dope. Mine's nighttime. Right now it's 9:42 where I'm at. What time is it where y'all are? That dark blue represents the ocean, man. The deep sea. What's your sign, Dominique? I'm not very heavy on astrology, but I understand the connections. You feel what I'm saying? The connections matter, not too much as the collective viewpoint of it. It's what you get from it. It's what you can build with it, you know? It's a give and receive. It's always a give and receive. Oh, so you on the East Coast with me. How old am I? How old do I look to you, Debbie? I want you to guess. I want y'all to guess. Can't give out all my secrets all at once. How old do I look to you, Debbie? So it is nighttime. Yep, nighttime over here. 20, 24. Debbie, you right on the mark. Good job. Trust your intuition. You trusted your intuition with that one, so proud of you. In case nobody ever said it to you. Dominic says 19. Nah. I've gotten like 18, 19, and 20. I've gotten even 21. 24 is like the surprise guess. Like if you say 24 off rip, then you know. But if you don't, you like, damn, this nigga look young as hell. Play the game for us. Not in this channel. This channel is not for that. However, streaming will come in the future. All right, so let's get this video going. So, I meditated earlier today, and for those who meditate or do any type of prayer, drop an emoji in the comment section. My favorite game growing up, it was Call of Duty, but now I really I want to get into like story mode games. Even though I haven't played the game in over a year, I don't even have my own system. I haven't played the game in a long time. I've been focused on how I can play my game of life. And in this conversation, I'm gonna give to y'all a couple of things that I've learned this week. So stay for a long time, and a good time will be you'll learn something in the process, and we can even build together. Comment down whatever you want to, and we can go from there. All right, so today and earlier this week, did a meditation, and both meditations revealed to me I've done a great job of understanding the other senses that the body has that most people don't recognize. And the thing is, we only know about the 5 body senses. However, there are 10 other senses that we utilize consciously and unconsciously. Now, our body, naturally uses sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. Now, there's, I don't know what account I possibly have got this from. However, I wrote this down because it rang a bell, because our body isn't the only thing experienced in this lifetime. Our soul is, and our spirit. So it gave me, in that video I had watched, 5 soul senses and 5 spirit senses. And we're going to go into them together. So the 5 soul senses is mind, will, emotions, affections, and imagination. The 5 spirit senses is prayer, praise, worship, faith, and meditation. Yes, I believe in God. So for the past 5.5, 6 years, it wasn't until probably like 2.5 weeks ago that I realized for the past 6 years, I've been unconsciously manipulating my reality to where I want it to be. And it wasn't until necessarily this year I focused more on being accountable and reliable to myself and to my environment. Being accountable to yourself is basically, if you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you plan something, you do exactly what you plan, right? And also being reliable is knowing that if you say you can do something for somebody else, do it. And also to be reliable to yourself is knowing that if you can essentially know when to say no and can accept that you're choosing you because you can't put yourself in the shoes of somebody else who's not either willing to put themselves in your position, or they're not necessarily matching the same energy that you want to build towards or build with. All right. I can guarantee you, Debbie, your papa, you could possibly still talk to him because his spirit is still here. The fact that you're still talking about him now, you can just simply say, I love you, Papa, and you may hear his voice, or you may hear his love, or feel his energy come to you. And some people get afraid of tapping into the unseen, tapping into the things that they can't actively touch, smell, you know what I'm saying, taste or see. However, the thing is, your body is like the totem pole that everything is experiencing on. So for instance, you can close your eyes and visualize your favorite meal of all time. If you sit with that imagination for so long, imagination is the soul sense. You sit with that for so long, you're going to start smelling the actual food that you really love because it's your favorite. Your body has an attachment to it, and it works the same thing with your loved ones that's gone. Like for instance, my stepbrother, he passed away last year, and when he passed away, when I was at work, I go through security to get to the destination to my job. And when I come back from security after doing my job, I'm looking at the security guy. He looks exactly like my stepbrother, just a skinnier version, exactly like him. And that lets me know, like, essentially, I like to read life and pick up certain things. And when I see my stepbrother's face and another man that is essentially doing security, it's as if my stepbrother is helping me be secure in my reality without me even necessarily seeing how he's doing it. It's just he's doing it. And because he's putting himself into that place, he's like essentially being a spirit helper. One of the beliefs that I have is that if we come into this world into a body, we're going to leave this world into another body. Now, this body can be earth, and you have to either embody an element, an animal, an object. You can embody some of these things and become essentially an assistant tool to the person that is a light, because our energy, our bodies provide light. Because we provide this light, we invite so many certain ghosts. Just like you saying, do I believe in ghosts? I do. However, there's frequencies. They're not necessarily ghosts, they're really just spirits. Ghost is a term that kind of has a negative connotation to it. It's kind of like when you say the word perfect. If I'd say you're perfect, depending on how you view yourself, you may take that in a positive or negative point of view. Excuse me. However, everything is perfect exactly the way it is. It all depends on how do you perceive perfection. Okay? So the biggest pill that I've had to like acknowledge in my life, I have played GTA 5. The biggest pill though that I've had to process in my life is knowing that I can do I can journal, I can do mental alchemy, I can do magic, I can do all these different things however way I want, right? However, the number one thing that's most important, because I have a physical body, is action. Doing these physical things to implement, kind of like when you put $1 into the ATM, it's going into something and you're getting something out. It goes into one place and it goes into somewhere else. You put $1 in the ATM, bro, it's $200, $300. It goes into your account. Now it's somewhere else because you've made the action. I have had a struggle with being consistent with my actions. And the main, I would say, is not one reason. It's kind of like it's a triangle effect. So the triangle effect is number one, and this is me going through this on the top of the fly. I'm figuring out this triangle effect all at once, which is why I'm holding this mudra. It's kind of like a heart, but it's really also like I'm seeing in the same way. So kind of like an owl. Oh shit, this is like an owl. Oh, yo, that looks like an owl. Damn. Look up a picture of an owl, and you can put your hands like this. It looks like the eyes, or like the bone structure of the owl. That's crazy. And I don't have a girlfriend right now. So the triangle piece that I'm understanding is number one, allowing my creativity to be placed into something, it'll be valued. So I make music, which is why I even have this microphone in the first place. And I have a YouTube channel. I have multiple YouTube channels. And I feel like the biggest problem with why my creativity isn't being necessarily valued and put into place is not necessarily because of scrolling and none of that shit. It's really just stepping out of my own comfort zone. So yes, I am a musician. So one of the biggest things that I've learned is that you can't get to the next stage of you if you're being so damn comfortable. And I like comfortability. However, at the same time, I like uncomfortability. Like for instance, I work out probably like 4 to 5 times a week, right? It may not be like a huge hour 30 minute workout, but it's something that'll get my body sweat and feel a burn, and I'll gain something from it. And my body has been slowly transforming because of that. I even notice sometimes my face looks a little bit different, and I wake up some days and I'll be like, damn, shit, we look a little different than we did the other day. So because of that, I feel like sometimes I want to be so perfect for myself that when I don't meet the standard of perfection, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough to be creative authentically. Shit like this makes me want to write it down. No cap. Because I need to see this. I need to see this. I need to be able to see this. So the top of this triangle is transforming perfection. Transforming perfection is the key, is one of the many keys I need right now to allow me to be creatively free and consistently be authentic in who I need to be to move forward and grow into my greatest self. And honestly, my favorite YouTuber right now is myself. Number two on that my favorite YouTuber list is Q Reeves. Number three will be Dashy for sure. If you know about Dashy Games or Dashy XP, what? Dashy was like I'm very calm, right? Very relaxed. You would probably even say I'm an introvert just by the vibes I'm giving you. However, I'm really an ambivert. Like I can choose to be an extrovert for real. Like my energy can bounce around and have a whole vibe. But really, on some days when I don't really feel like having a lot of attention on me, I'm really an introvert. So it's like it bounces around whenever I feel like I need it to be. So what's today's date, fam? What's today's date? Is it the 7th or 8th? I believe it's the 8th. May 8th, and it's 9:57 p.m. So the top of this pyramid is transforming perfection. Let me tell y'all something. I was doing a series on this account for, I ain't even get it started for real. It's like, imagine your favorite anime show drops a fire first episode, but then it just stops making videos. Like the company started to work on a different project, and they never got back to the actual movie or show that they had. It's crazy, and this is what I got to work on. And I feel like transforming, a piece of getting better at transforming perfection is continuation. So I have a book in front of me called Give Yourself Credit by David E. Robinson. This book here. I don't have a bookmark, so I put a paper towel. So I think I need to just give myself more credit, like legitimately, because there's nobody I know managing music, multiple YouTube channels, and at the same time saving to get a vehicle. Like, I don't look into other people's stories like that. I really don't, because I'm still trying to figure out my own story and being the best me I can be for my story and for everyone else that is a part of my story. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know God loves me. And do you know God loves you? Do you know that, Debbie? Me bouncing around even like this allows me to practice legitimately giving myself the ability to, let's just say, be spontaneous, but also adjust on the fly. So, giving myself credit. That's my song, by the way. If you ever want to listen to my music, I can show you something real quick. So I'm an artist. My name is Jared Cinco on all platforms. If you ever want to check out a song, just type it in on social media, type it in on any platform, and excuse me, you will hear a lovely track by yours truly. One of those songs is called Good Day. And actually, I was working on a reaction video, and I'm still going to tonight because I did 5 reactions the other day, or 4, for my YouTube channel, which is called JC Reacts. And for that channel, I do reaction videos because it allows me to expand my my energy to migrate it in other forms. So in the beginning of this, I have to transform the track or the title to say song Jared Cinco Good Day, because I didn't put it on there. Sorry though. So give yourself credit. And we ain't really even get into the meat and potatoes of this conversation yet. This is just something I'm learning right now because it's part of the flow, I should say. So transforming my perfection, giving ourselves credit. And the intention for why we're even doing this pyramid scheme right now is facing our inability to evolve. This is helping us face our ability to evolve. So the other portion of this pyramid, of this triangle, is in my head, in my body. I really would have said in my head because it sounded like it was in the back. It's not necessarily letting go of fear. It's more of like, it's not a fear of how people would view me. It's like a part of me is afraid to be great, simply because I'm afraid I may not be able to handle what it means to be great. And it's a conundrum. I've never used that word a day in my life, but I'm using it today. It's like a conundrum. And I don't even know what conundrum means, however it fits, all right? So just roll with me. uh, it feels like the moment I feel like I'm gonna get to that point where I can be successful, it's like, will I change and hurt the people around me? Will I change and put myself in a position I never wanted to be in the first place? This makes me question my why. And because this makes me question my why, it's like, all right, what why do I need? So now it's not even about fear or anything of that nature. Is upgrade my why. I have to upgrade it. Because if I upgrade my why, it gives me the actual ability to have a stronger rooted reasoning for why I do the things I do. Because the reason why I make music, honestly, is to make songs that I wish I heard when I was younger. Songs that make me feel like I'm appreciated. Songs that make me feel like I don't need to have $1 million to feel happy, successful, and feel like I'm wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like I asked my friend this question a while back. I was like, yo, how much money would you consider to be rich? And how much money would you consider to be wealthy? He said, rich is 1 million. I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. And um, and he said wealthy is like 700,000, but having all the things around you that makes your space so peaceful that the wealth is not the money. The wealth is the peace that you have. So that could be your family, your environment, your community. Environment, let's say environment is the inside of your home. Your community is the external aspect of your home, which is your front yard, your backyard, your complex, stuff of that nature. So thank you, Debbie, for the compliments. I appreciate you. Uh, right now, my favorite song is Jared Cinco, Good Day. It's my song. If you want to go listen to that, type it in on any platform and you'll find it. Jared Cinco with two I's, Ciinco. The reason why it's two I's is because you seeing me with these eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the Cinco de Mayo. It's really Jared Cinco or seeing codes. Jared is seeing codes. So that's essentially what the name really means. So, damn, man. I didn't think I was gonna really. This is the beauty of the unknown. I did not expect me to figure this out in this moment. Like, real shit. Like, I'm having like a brain blast on some Jimmy Neutron moment. Like, yo, this is dope. Okay. So, now let's get into the senses in the video. So, Abel. We are able to use these senses. Who or why I've made the term able be prominent in this video. Who killed Abel? For all my Christian believers, for all those who even read the story of the Bible or know the Genesis or whatever, who killed Abel? If you're here right now, please comment down below. I'm willing to be patient. And if you're here right now, feel free to like the video and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing to do so. My goal is to go live at least 3 times a week now. At first, it was 2 days. I've been doing 2 days for like the past 2 months. Now I'm doing 3 days out the week. So the question I'm asking y'all is, who killed Abel in the story of the Bible? Who killed Abel? Who the hell killed Abel? You don't have a Bible. Okay, cool. I'm glad you even spoke and said you don't have a Bible. I don't even think I have a Bible. However, growing up, I had an action Bible where it was like a comic book version of the Bible. And the comic book version of the Bible, I read Cain killed Abel. Cain killed Abel. So supposedly Cain ran away or went to the mountains or something like that. And Abel was still alive. Well, no, not Abel still alive. Well, let me correct myself. Abel never fully left. Because why do we still have the term responsibility? Accountability. I'm able to hold this right now. This piece of electric tape. What's good, twin? Thank you for commenting down below. You can like and subscribe if you want to as well. We're talking about a lot of good shit. If you want to rewind, I really just went into something that's helping me in my life, and it's probably going to help you too if you're willing to dive into being the best version of you. So, Abel is an energy of the first son that Adam and Eve had. Cain killed Abel because Abel basically felt like he was being more favored by God and his parents. Cain felt like he was the black sheep. And because Cain felt like the black sheep, he killed the white sheep. And now this white sheep is technically no sheep. However, what happened to the fur of the sheep? Like legit, let's think about this real quick. We use animals as like garments. As you know, you got fur coats. What happened to the animal essence of that coat? It had to have gone somewhere. And thank you for saying you sub, twin. I appreciate you. I want y'all to understand that there is an energy behind the terms that we use. And funnily, I saw a video. It was a short. It was a young lady and some guy talking about Carl Jung. Carl Jung, he's like a philosopher and many other things. However, she was saying he's an occultist, and he actually used to be around Satanists and stuff of that nature. And people were afraid of him because he wouldn't say people are possessed by ghosts and shit of that nature. People were afraid of what Carl Jung said because he said people were possessed by demons and gods. And I feel like he's missing one other piece. We're also possessed by angels. We're also possessed by our ancestors. And we also are possessed by animals. All right? So as we understand this real quick, we on a daily basis are unconsciously possessed by animals, angels, gods, demons, and our ancestors. Now, possession doesn't have to be a negative thing. I'm literally possessing this pencil right now. I'm possessing this phone. You're possessing your phone. Essentially, you are possessing any item that you use throughout the day because you have possession of it and you're using it, right? So I want us to understand that the word Abel is generating from the frequency of the first son that essentially was killed. Why is this important? This is important. I see it in two ways. Not just one, two. Dos. Uno, dos. There's two ways why this is important. Number one, you are responsible for what you do in the light and the dark. I'm responsible for everything I say on here because someone is listening. I am also responsible for everything I do after this live because now it isn't just y'all not listening no more, but now it's only my ancestors, angels, gods, demons, and angels and animals that is witnessing what I'm doing, whether it's from the inside or out. Now, Debbie said earlier, do I believe in ghosts? Yes, I do. Now, these ghosts can also be a representation of an ancestor, right? She says, I'm scared of demons. I'm going to help you understand the aspect of demons in one moment. But let's get through this first. So, let me say that better because I don't like to use the word but often. I understand you're scared of demons. However, I'm going to explain to you that demons are no other than you when you are demanding something from someone else or yourself. Okay? So, the way my belief system works, and you don't have to believe what I believe in, just take what makes sense to you and use it into your belief system. Okay? If it doesn't make sense to you, then simply transform what I'm saying and how you're intaking it into whatever belief system you have and use it for you. This is what I do when people talk to me with Christian state of mind. I don't take it as like, I'm not a Christian, so I'm not hearing what the fuck you're saying. No, I take it as, okay, I hear from your Christian point of view. How can I dissect it from the way I believe and how I can move forward? All right. So here's the thing. You may not get it now, but you will in the future if you allow yourself to understand. Your ancestors are those who came before you and who you are going to be. Demons is an aspect of you that grows, that is basically in the dark, waiting for the chance to be in control. All right? Ancestor is what you were and what has came before you and what you will be. A demon is waiting in the dark to have an opportunity to use their energy in the moment for what they want it to be. God, generator, operator, destroyer. For instance, I am a god of this necessarily phone in this conversation because I am generating the topic. I am operating how this topic is being used. And during this conversation, and once this conversation is over, I am destroying any forms of, what's the word I'm looking for? Any forms of confusion and any forms of negativity, because I don't move with the flows of negativity. I only want to amplify and upgrade, not take away and disintegrate. Okay? So let's slow this down. Ancestor is who you were and what came before you and what you will be. A demon waits for their chance to utilize their energy in a place where they feel they can be a force. A god, generator, operator, destroyer. An angel. An angel is an angle of light. For instance, we are humans. We hold the frequencies of all the hues of light. Angels help us understand our hues of life and how we can use them. This is why angels are the guidance counsels for God to allow them to essentially help humans or other beings of energy or creation. All right. And then lastly is animals. Animals is like our instincts. Like, for instance, if I was to throw this at the camera, you're going to instinctively like, oh shit, because I threw something. That's your animal instinct. If I were to hum, me humming is a flow, a rhythm. This flow and rhythm is like an animal that is essentially rolling with the tides of the energy. Now, we are mammals. We are all of these in one being. This is a mammal. A mammal is, or shall I say, not mammal. A mammal is like a gorilla is a mammal. You know what I'm saying? A bear is an animal, but gorilla is the closest thing to a mammal, and a chimpanzee. However, we are a human with animal-like tendencies. You will see people like, you ever question why is it that kids want to draw a dinosaur? Why do kids draw dinosaurs? Why do kids want to draw birds? because these are aspects of themselves that they have either seen themselves as or seen themselves wanting to be, wanting to act out. So it's the same thing as seeing themselves as. It's literally the same thing. So I'm about to write that down. I'm actively like, this is school for me, y'all. I'm going back to school. However, this is still school for me. And I'm gonna dive deeper into this too to add on to what we learning, because when I come back with more for this, we're gonna be like, whoa, whoa. So number one, what did we say? Ancestors. Number two, we said demons. Number three, gods. And when I say gods, I'm not just saying a masculine figure. I personally believe the first creation that walked this planet was a feminine energy, an energy that had some boobs and had a vagina, or had some boobs and had a vagina and a penis. Sorry for those who's a little, you feel me? What's up, Marcus Pig? That's a funny last name, Marcus Pig. Hey, yo, Pig. Hey, Marcus Pig. MP. Hey, you got the same initials as the dude from 2K back in was that 2K what? 2020? 2K20? Or was it 2K21? He was like MP. Yo, nah, that's hilarious. Angels, animals. This is beautiful. This is honestly a huge upgrade compared to when I used to do those videos. It was 20. See, yeah, I knew I was right. Thank you for confirming, fam. Uh, this writing down videos like this or doing videos like this helps me a lot more compared to when I did driving videos. Because all the old all the old live streams I was doing was 100% driving videos. Just me building on the conversation while moving and having real life things happening in life to have it compare, not compare, but to add on to what's going on in the conversation. So it's beautiful to take time now to actually analyze what I'm breaking down and allowing it to be something I could build upon in the future and see it in real time. Because a lot of times we don't see our growth until someone else sees it or we have a recording of it. You know what I'm saying? Or we do something that's so spectacular, we like, damn, oh shit. I mean, I knew I could do it, but like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So, Abel. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Marcus Pig, we having a conversation that has dwelled into many realms. All right. I'm gonna give a small little breakdown for you, Marcus, just for you, MP, just for you. So if you're here listening, I appreciate you. All right. So number one, we went into the idea of how I can utilize my creativity in ways to not only make me an income, but being there for people like you. You feel me? And the way I helped myself break this down is by connecting it to a pyramid or a triangle. And I wrote this out. At the peak of this triangle is transforming perfection, changing how I see what perfection is to a way that I can use it to better help myself. And to give more context, I'm a life path one. Number one is essentially the energy that starts things. What did God do on the first day? He started some shit. He started doing things, and he deemed what he did as perfect because he took his time and how we can do that. Now, granted, one day for us is 1,000 for God. Let's be honest. So I feel like I've been going through a lot of like one days or starts, you know what I'm saying, of like trying to make sure I do shit right. So that's transforming perfection. And then to the bottom left of that same triangle is giving myself credit. And I gained that ideology from literally this book right here, which makes sense. Give yourself credit. It's a financial literacy book, basically where money grows on trees, which is the literal emblem on the front of it. Next thing I did is understand before I went to the other side of this triangle is understanding that the center point of this triangle is allowing me to face my ability to evolve. And this goes into ability. We're going to talk about that. Let me write down ability right quick or break this down. Ability. I'm gonna break down ability in 1 second. All right. Then the other side of this triangle, we typed into upgrade my why. Now, people say purpose. We already have a purpose. If you get up tomorrow, not even say if, because you're going to get up. I'm not going to throw this if out there. When you get up tomorrow, the first thing you do and is either going to use the bathroom, stretch, or brush your teeth, or get some food. Out of those four things, your why for your why for reasoning yourself, God damn it. The reason why you're doing one of those four things is because you have a purpose for it. You're gonna go eat some food first. The purpose is you're hungry, so you need food. You're gonna go eat that. The purpose for you brushing your teeth, you want to feel clean, so you clean yourself. The purpose for, you know what I'm saying? That's the why. I need to upgrade my why for the creative things I do, because I feel like my why hasn't been strong enough for me to stay consistently acting out what I want in my life. It feels 100% stronger the way I say it compared to me holding this shit in. This is why it's important to talk, y'all. This is why it's so important to speak your mind. Even if you don't have a channel like this where you can speak, right? Because it took me a long time to be able to actually authentically say what I need to say without feeling like, oh shit, people's watching, or I don't have a lot of likes, or it took me a while to get there, and I'm happy that it did. I'm happy. And I'm saying this part moving forward, if you don't have the ability to express yourself authentically, please grab you a journal. Please talk to one person and go to this person. And thank you, Debbie, for being here. I'm gonna take a pause 1 second, put that in the bud right there. Debbie, thank you for being here and commenting as much as you have. Thank you for subscribing. I'm gonna be back on live tomorrow at the same time. I don't know the topic yet. However, it's gonna probably be a continuation of this just based on how we're doing this right now. So thank you, Debbie Williams. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. So, excuse me. If you can have one person to essentially not ask for advice, go to them and just say, hey, can you please just be an ear for me? Allow me to speak what's going on inside of me and what's around me. Just don't say anything, please. Just allow me to express myself. Please do. The moment you do that, you will find out either you have a friend or a hater. You will find out if you have somebody who unconditionally loves you or has been hating on you the whole time. So yeah. And then we typed into the next part, which is Abel. And we are able to connect to 5 different aspects of us. Our ancestors, demons, gods, and goddesses, okay? Men and female representations of divine frequencies. And then you also have angels. Let me just do this. You have also angels, which is a representation of different ways of how you can utilize your light. And then lastly is animals, which is your instinct. Kind of like Goku, Ultra Instinct. There's different levels of your instincts. And if you could tap into your instincts, you could tap into your energy, okay? I had to get off in 5. I'm gonna get off in 5 myself. I don't want to let this go past an hour. So shit, we finna slide together, MP. We finna goddamn hit the court. Goddamn, you get. We checking up. You know what I'm saying? 2v2, me and you versus whoever on static. You know what I'm saying? I'm a shooter and I'll pass if you open, but I'll get you. If we go into 12, I can give you a solid 8. You know what I'm saying? Can you give me 4? Can you give me 4? You know what I'm saying? And then if you only give me 2, I can give you the 10. I can give you the 10, twin. I can give you the 10. What's up, it's me again. What's up, Joey Jester? On God, we win an MP. On God, nigga. On God. And I'm about 6'1", 185. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like De'Aaron Fox and D Rose in one. You feel me? I'm like a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is the last thing we're gonna talk about, and we'll be out. Okay. facing our ability to evolve. Ability. Abel, a T. Abel is the first son that dies in the Bible. Abel is the first representation of the setting sun. All right? There's a story that dwells in other religions called there are two suns. You have the red sun and blue sun. The natives call it the red Kachina and the blue Kachina. Cain was the red Kachina. Abel was the blue Kachina. And because the blue sun decided to separate itself based on the frequencies of the red, this means the blue is now not necessarily seen, but it's within every being. Think about if the roles were switched. If we had a blue sun outside, the red energy within us would be a whole different vibration. However, understand a flame. Oh shit. You have that blue hue at the bottom, and then you have the red or orange at the peak. This blue hue is actually the hottest aspect of the flame. It's the hottest. It's the hottest aspect of the flame, which is why it's the darkest. The coolest aspect of the flame, actually, I'm sorry, have it reversed. The coolest aspect of the flame is the blue. The hottest aspect is the yellow or the orange or the red. So the question that we need to leave with ourselves with tonight is this. How do you handle when things are calm? How do you handle when things are chaotic? How do you handle calmness? And I'm gonna write this for myself because I'm not gonna give y'all something without me actually working on it myself. You feel what I'm saying? It's accountability. How do I handle calm frequencies? How do I handle chaotic frequencies? That is the question of the day. What's up, Ryan? I appreciate y'all. So, we dove into a lot of great things in this conversation. I thank you for everyone who's been part of this realm, this energy, this convo, because we really elevated today. And I'm very proud of not only myself, but for those who's actually been here. Ryan, we had a huge conversation about a whole lot of shit. You're going to have to scroll back, twin, because I'm not finna go back into it. You know what I'm saying? But I will ask you this question. How do you handle calm frequencies? How do you handle chaotic frequencies? That's a question for you, my friend, because I just even wrote it down for myself. So, I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for taking the time to hear me out, to allow me to vent. Thank you. Subscribe if you want to be here tomorrow, because I'm going to do another live tomorrow around the same time, hopefully a little bit earlier, like 9 o'clock. And we'll get into it. Hey, Debbie, we finna get out of here. Subscribe for more. I appreciate that. Thanks, MP. That's your nickname, bro. Marcus Pig, your nickname is MP, twin. I swear to you. All right, man. Peace.